can't handle the truth.
Did I really sell my soul to this big red bitch?
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
I kind of get possessed by the devil when I'm performing. I like headbanged so hard that I got concussion.
Her daughter ended up dying in a similar kind of situation.
Yes. Yeah, sad.
Yeah, and then the boyfriend ended up dying as well, like recently. Just that the tragedy around that whole thing was just horrific.
Yeah, because the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Not satisfied. He doesn't care about just one soul. He wants to take down as many as he can.
The devil's job is to take as many souls as possible. The music industry is satanic. When I say it's still the same gatekeepers, what I mean by that is a company called Vivendi. Vivendi owns Viacom. It's umbrella companies. This motherfuckers, this shit don't change, right?
The devil, when I met him, and I hate to say I met him, but when I met him, it wasn't what Nas showed us. I would say an illusion of he was a friend more than he was that dude that Nas showed us. You get what I'm saying? I was smart enough not to sell my soul. And I thank my grandmama for that, because they introduced me to the Lord way before I met the devil.
Sold my soul, now I can buy anything. Alright, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell, alright?
This lie he's ever told was convincing people he doesn't exist. People think that he's like red, he's got a goatee and a pointy tail and stuff like that. He doesn't. He's very beautiful. He's an angel. Why would he look like some monster? He's capable of looking just like you.
Witchcraft. As a teenager, Mustaine says, he cast 2 hexes. First was on a bully who sucker punched him.
From what I heard, he got in a car accident and something happened to part of his body that I had targeted in the hex. That showed me that it was real.
The second was on a girl he was in a class with.
Everybody wanted her, including me, but she was so out of my batting average, just totally out of my league. The next day she was in my apartment. People think that, you know, black magic and witchcraft and stuff like that isn't real or it doesn't work. And I know that it works.
The reason why it became such a big deal back then is ever since my third album, I wasn't really taking large advances from the recording companies. I was recording the albums myself in my own studio. So the way I looked at it, I owned the work because I paid for it. And I did all the work, I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise, and they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, you know, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair. Of course, they wouldn't change, because if they changed, they wouldn't really exist. And that's kind of the situation we're in right today. They're not going to exist much longer. You don't hear a lot of young people talking about things like I talk about because they really haven't lived. They haven't gone through a lot of experiences yet. And let's talk about all this. Distribution service. I mean, what do we really need record companies for? I mean, really.
One thing that, you know, kind of spooked me about it all was here's a song called Let's Go Crazy. Yeah. It said, don't let the elevator bring us down. One time when I was with him privately, he said, you know what the elevator is, right? No. I said, no, what's the elevator? He said, well, the elevator is the devil, right? Oh. It scared me. You know, I don't like to talk like that, but he said that. Really haunting when I read that he was found in an elevator.
Man, Prince had it coming. The devil came and collected, period. He knew what he was doing when he was pacing. Man, he was pacing outside, what was it, Walmart or Target? Come on, man, you gotta look at that shit. That nigga know. That people know when it's time.
We got a photo the night before Prince died, at him at Walgreens in a parking lot.
We were wondering why Prince was
in the parking lot,
pacing in the parking lot, outside pacing
waiting
in the parking
for
lot.
somebody to bring that drug over to him. Who was it that was inside that store?
driver bodyguard.
Hey, there was also, I just realized in that photo, the Walgreens photo, Mike, what was the description of what Prince was wearing again in the elevator?
It was black cap, black shirt, gray undershirt, black pants, black boxers,
That's what he's
black
wearing.
socks.
Yeah.
Geez, I never even realized that. That's the exact same.
That's what he's wearing.
Yeah, just that.
To a T, that's what he died in.
Who's good at killing celebrities? Me! That's right!
Just when you thought you were safe. Saturday night, he was in Paisley Park, and he was playing chopsticks in front of some people. He had this purple piano and a brand new purple guitar. He made a statement to everyone out there, stating, wait a few days before you waste any prayers.
These artists are always on tour because if they stopped touring, they would totally go broken. And it's been, the record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish. And Tommy Mottola is a devil. I want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers, these guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad, and the story is very sad in the end, because the companies take advantage of them. They really do. And Sony, being the artist that I am at Sony, I've generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer myself would outthink them. I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it, but I just did good business, you know.
I'm praying through my life and my children.
They killed Michael Jackson. Look at the movie. He was dancing and singing, and next you know he's dying of oxygen. No, not right. A junkie's a junkie every day. He doesn't wake up, sing and dance, and then he has oxygen tanks at night. Something's not right there. You're worth more dead than what you are alive. You understand me? And
now they got a new record coming out.
He ain't in debt no more. He's worth more now than he's ever been. I think Paul McCartney killed Michael Jackson. That's what I think. If it was up to me knowing what I know, I smoke another joint, I'll break it down. I'll break it down because he bought the music from Paul McCartney, didn't want to give it back to him, and all of a sudden they put Paul McCartney in the Super Bowl. They tried to build up the Beatles to get their thing going, and all of a sudden Michael Jackson.
Do you think it's murder?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it in the beginning, and I believe it to this day. You must remember, Michael told me repeatedly that they were going to kill him, that he was going to die.
Michael doesn't become a person anymore. He becomes just a product type of thing.
Just a product. And that's what he was when he was alive.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing to him alive. And that's when they knew he was worth more dead than alive. And that's what happened to my brother.
I knew Michael was surrounded by people that positioned themselves in his life, positioned themselves to control and take advantage of him. And that's what bothered me more than anything else, because I knew something terrible would happen at the end, not to mention the fact that Michael constantly told me, Latoya, if I die, they're going to murder me, they're going to kill me. He would tell me that, Barbara. When I found out he had actually passed, I said, no, it wasn't an accident. He was murdered. Your brother was murdered. I always believed that from day one when I found out that he was no longer with us. I said, I'm not going to accept anything else, Barbara. They could have told me a heart attack. They could have told me he had fallen off a ladder, and I would have said, no, it's not a heart attack. He was murdered.
They murdered my brother, and they know who they are. It's not just Dr. Murray, I promise you that. It's more people involved, and they know exactly who they are, and I'm going to let you guys know exactly what's happening. It's more than just Dr. Murray that's involved in this.
Why don't you leave it to the law to deal with this?
Okay, you said leave it to the law to deal with this. Yeah. Yes, of course, the law is dealing with this, but however, you must think about it this way. Joy, if you had a brother or sister that passed,
yes,
and you knew that your sister or brother were telling you that they were going to do this to him, that it was a group of people,
yes,
and this is what's going to happen to me step by step, the way he said it, not only to me, but to my mother as well, wouldn't you be concerned and wouldn't you be involved to find out who did it?
I don't want to say too much, but, you know, my uncle owned pretty much half the music industry publishing company. You know, he became too powerful. He pretty much owned anything that, you know, Babyface's catalog, anything that Sony writer, you know, Oasis, anything. He had a deal where he owned half of Sony Music's catalog. And the funny thing was, he didn't even have to put money towards it whenever they bought new stuff. Like, you know, their partners, they bought some of EMI and all that stuff. He didn't even have to put his money towards that. That automatically went to him. So he outsmarted them, and they didn't like it.
Oh, they killed Michael, bro. I'm convinced now. They killed your uncle, bro.
Anyone that was close to him, you know, would tell you they want to kill me for my catalog.
Wow.
He would say that all the time. He would say that to anyone that would listen. They're trying to kill me for my catalog.
So who owns all that now? Blanket them?
No, that's back at Sony.
So after Michael died, it went back to Sony.
The worst nightmare came true.
Mother raised us to have God in our lives from the very beginning. Michael never would do such thing, but this was a way to put the world's focus on this while they're trying to steal his publishing, his catalog. He was so powerful.
Final part of the conversation was him telling me that he felt that that someone was going to try and kill him to get a hold of his catalog and his estate. He expressed to me his concern over his life. He was telling me that he was afraid that he was going to end up like my father. You know, he was always asking me about when he died and how it happened and when it happened and where. And he said, I feel like I'm going to end up the same way.
Prince said his father would cry after phone calls saying, quote, "They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me." According to Prince, he was referring to AEG Live CEO Randy Phillips and his ex-manager, Dr. Tome. Prince testified that Phillips visited Jackson's home and aggressively spoke to Dr. Conrad Murray the night before his father's death. Prince said, quote, "He was grabbing by the back of his elbow, and they were really close, and he was making hand motions."
Not guilty. Conrad Murray is simply the fall guy. This was definitely something that was premeditated. They planned to take my brother out, and my brother knew it, and that's why he told me repeatedly and repeatedly. He explained it to me. He explained it's because of my catalog, which is my publishing, and they're after it, and they want it, and they want their hands on it, and they want to take it away from me.
Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, who tells Rolling Stone magazine her father would drop hints about people being out to get him, and at some point he was like, "They're gonna kill me one day." The magazine says 18-year-old Paris is convinced that her dad was somehow murdered. Absolutely, she says, because it's obvious. All arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory, but all real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup.
They were mad at him due to the business that he did.
Yeah.
And I can't even say mad, is that they didn't have a part of it. My uncle didn't die. He was murdered. I feel the same thing about Prince. We're losing a lot of stars because you have to remember, these are basically insurance policies. When he dies, whatever was owned by the company reverts back. When my uncle died, we're talking about billions of dollars. My uncle he was born in this business. He died in this business.
And I took an oath when I was 16, and loyalty means so much to me, and loyalty should mean so much to anybody Because let's say if the devil comes to you, right, and so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or would you take that $100 million?
You see all types of shit at the Hollywood parties.
Satan worshiping.
Nah, I never seen no shit like that.
Never seen any of that shit. The sticky look.
I never seen no shit. Nah, I never seen no weird shit. Me personally.
You seen that stick?
I'm thinking about taking my own life. I might
as well.
Except they might not sell weed in hell. That's where I'm going.
Because the
devil's inside of me. No, I ain't seen no shit like that.
By me? Man, I go at God by me, nigga. I don't even believe in that shit, nigga. Fuck is you niggas talking about, nigga? I'm not like none of you fucking humans, nigga. I don't believe in none of that bullshit you niggas believe in, nigga. Fuck is you niggas talking about, nigga? That's on sauce, nigga. That's what the fuck I believe in, nigga. Sauce alaikum, sauce salam, nigga. Nigga, like the motherfucking terrorists, nigga. And I'm not scared of shit, nigga. Pussy ass niggas.
Nah, that nigga retarded. He ain't scared of nothing.
I'm not scared of shit, nigga. I do not believe in Jesus Christ. For all 3,000 of you motherfuckers, nigga, I don't believe in fucking God. That shit is fake, nigga. It's like you fake ass niggas out here, nigga. Pussies, nigga. I'm not scared of shit, nigga. I don't believe in shit to be scared of shit, nigga. I don't believe in shit to be scared of shit, nigga. That's on my dead mama pussy, nigga.
I eat children. Children and pineapple. Children and pineapple. Children and pineapple.
People will do anything to achieve their goals. And then people will manipulate and misuse that energy to get what they want. So you see a man in power, like it's a lot of, and then like even like that freaky weird pedophile shit that be going on. Like you hear about it, but it's dark and demonic energy that this industry was built on. And people manipulate young women, they manipulate kids, and at the end of the day, it's all for the dollar and all to feed their ego. So I've seen some shit where you be like, that's just not right. Like that's just, that person shouldn't be talking to that person. That person shouldn't be in the room with that person alone.
You a demon? No, but I have demonic energy. Oh, I may be a demon. I don't know. You tell me.
The more power you have, knowledge is power. They don't want you to have knowledge at this point in time. That's why the New World Order is here. That's why they have all these fucking distractions to keep you from enlightening yourself. Self-enlightenment is the key. I can't say too much. I won't say too much.
Right.
To get myself into some shit.
If I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
I'll always love that alien-looking nigga named X. But I have to distance myself because it's like nobody would see me as an individual rapper if I don't. On top of that, that nigga crazy as hell.
Clearly, at least if we're listening to Slump God and believing in him, he's saying, I ain't getting jiggy with that. I'm out. Okay? Now, of course, I think there's a lot more to it. But he's saying this is one of the reasons why he separated himself from X. X has like symptoms of being a cult leader when a nigga's talking about sacrifices, sacrificial lamb, rituals. All those things kind of go together, and it usually goes down the path of controlling people who are impressionable minds.
I gotta get off this live.
That girl mad as fuck.
To tell my ex going to sacrifice you.
Ex gonna sacrifice you? Are you gonna suck my fucking cock? Are you gonna suck my fucking dick and stop hating so fucking much? Jesus fucking Christ, don't y'all, bro, go troll Bruno Mars or some shit. Jesus fucking Christ, y'all niggas is annoying with that shit. Announcement. If you want me to make music, tell Ski Mask to be my friend again. Tell Ski Mask to be my friend again, and I will make music. Tell him to be my friend. But otherwise, it's like you tried to sacrifice me, bro. You tried to sacrifice me. You could put that. You could put that as the caption if you want. The nigga tried to sacrifice me, which was one of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody loved Drake, bro. Everybody loved Drake. I still respect the nigga for his music. You know what I'm saying? I just can't respect what he did to me. You feel me?
everything that you have done, how big you are in the game, it probably wouldn't be that. A lot of people.
That nigga tried to sacrifice me. That nigga tried to sacrifice. I hate speaking on it.
Please subscribe with notifications on.